The siren screamed across the survivor colony. Alex had barely stepped inside the gates when the alarm echoed through the compound. Guards rushed to the towers and powerful spotlights lit up the dark forest surrounding the walls. At first nothing moved beyond the trees. Just fog drifting through the branches. Then one guard raised his rifle. "Movement!" he shouted. A single figure stepped into the light. Its gray skin and twisted walk made it obvious. A zombie. The guard fired once and the creature dropped to the ground. But instead of lowering his rifle, the guard kept staring into the forest. More shapes were moving between the trees. 2 figures appeared, then 5, then dozens. Within seconds the trees began filling with moving shadows. Someone in the tower yelled the word everyone feared. "Horde." The siren grew louder. Inside the colony people ran through the muddy streets. Children were pulled into shelters. Mechanics rushed toward vehicles while fighters grabbed rifles and ammunition. The quiet settlement suddenly turned into chaos. Alex watched the forest as hundreds of zombies slowly stepped into the open field outside the walls. The woman with the rifle who had greeted him earlier ran toward him. Her expression was serious. "We've got a big problem," she said. "How big?" Alex asked. She didn't answer. She simply pointed toward the forest. More zombies were emerging every second. The dark trees seemed to be spilling out the dead like an endless river. The guards opened fire. Rifles thundered from the towers. Zombies dropped one after another under the bright lights. But the horde kept coming forward without slowing down. The outer fence began to bend under the pressure of hundreds of bodies. Dozens of gray hands clawed through the metal wires. The fence creaked loudly as zombies pushed against it. "Reinforce the fence," someone shouted. Several survivors ran forward carrying metal poles and tools. But the pressure was already too much. With a loud snap, the outer fence collapsed. Zombies spilled into the open space between the barrier and the main wall of the colony. Gunfire exploded again from the towers. Bodies fell everywhere. But the dead continued walking forward over their fallen bodies. Alex ran toward a truck where several mechanics were struggling to start the engine. One of them slammed the hood in frustration. "Battery problem," he yelled. Alex pushed past him and opened the hood. Old habits returned instantly. Within seconds he spotted the issue. A loose cable. He slammed it back into place. "Try it now," Alex shouted. The mechanic turned the key. The engine roared to life. The mechanic stared at him in shock. "You're a lifesaver." Alex didn't answer. He was watching the wall. Zombies were now piling on top of each other, trying to climb the metal barriers. One reached the top of the wall before a guard shot it in the head. But more zombies followed. Dozens began climbing over each other like a living ladder. Explosions suddenly erupted near the gate as someone threw grenades into the crowd. Fire and smoke filled the air. For a moment the horde pulled back. Then more zombies emerged from the forest. Alex felt a chill. The horde wasn't stopping. It was growing. The woman with the rifle ran toward him again. "We can't hold them," she said. A massive crash echoed through the colony. The main gate bent inward as hundreds of zombies slammed against it. Metal screamed under the pressure. Then the gate broke. Zombies flooded into the colony streets. People ran in every direction. Gunfire erupted from every corner. Alex jumped into the truck he had just repaired. "Get in," he shouted. The mechanic jumped into the passenger seat. The woman climbed into the back of the truck with her rifle. "Drive," she yelled. Alex slammed the gas pedal. The truck burst forward through the chaotic streets. Zombies filled the road. Alex crushed several beneath the wheels as the truck pushed forward. The woman fired from the truck bed, knocking several creatures away from the vehicle. "North Gate," she shouted. Alex turned sharply and raced toward the back of the colony. Behind them the settlement was burning. The horde was swallowing everything. A group of survivors ran beside the truck screaming for help. Alex slowed just enough for them to climb into the back. The truck burst through the northern gate and disappeared into the dark forest road. Miles later, Alex finally stopped the vehicle. The survivors stepped out slowly, exhausted and silent. In the distance the colony burned like a giant torch in the night. The woman looked at the fire and whispered quietly, "That place was our home." Alex stared into the dark forest ahead. Somewhere out there the horde was still moving. And the survivors had nowhere left to go.